Hi class, I'm going to go over the Module 4 practice test for part 1 for your test that you're going to be taking, as well as a couple of the word problems from your assignment yesterday that a lot of students struggled on. So the first thing you do is read the directions, solve each problem, show your thinking, okay? So make sure to do that on your practice test. This is a word problem, and you will have 4 problems on your math test for Module 4, Part 1. They're all subtraction. 2 of them are word problems. A charity raised $62,348 in June, $60,987 in July, and $64,098 in August. The question, how much less money did it raise in July than August? Now I'm going to extra underline July and August. So there is a number here you don't need that tends to confuse people. It's not asking about June, so cross that one off. You don't need June. You do need July and August. Now we're not finding the total amount of money they raised. We're finding the difference, how much less they raised in one month than the other. So I know we need to subtract. Always put the larger number on top. In elementary school, we don't deal with negatives yet. We get to do that in middle school. And then make sure your place values are lined up. So again, we always start with the ones place. 8 minus 7 is 1. 9 minus 8 is 1. 0 minus 9 is not 9. When there's more on the floor, go next door, regroup, and get 10 more. So I'm just moving 1,000 over into the hundreds place. Now I have 10 hundreds. 10 minus 9 is 1. 3 minus 0 is 3. 6 minus 6 is nothing. So 3,111. All right. Now moving on to the second problem. There are 24,482 seats in one section of a stadium. 13,830 seats are occupied. So if you've ever been to a Sounders game or a football game, like a Seahawks game, or even watched one on TV, that's a stadium where they play. So if in one section of it, there's 24,482 seats and 13,830 of them are occupied, meaning people are sitting in them, you're trying to figure out how many are not occupied or how many are open and available. So we need to know how many are there total in that section, how many are already occupied, and to find how many aren't occupied, we need to subtract and find the difference. Again, the bigger number goes on top. Make sure your place values are lined up. Start with your ones place. 2 minus 0 is 2. 8 minus 3 is 5. 4 minus 8, you can't do that. I meant to change colors. There's more on the floor. Go next door. Regroup. Get 10 more. 10 plus 4 is 14. 14 minus 8 is 6. That's bothering me. They're different colors. 3 minus 3 is 0. 2 minus 1 is 1. So you should have got 10,652 seats are not occupied. Okay, then scrolling down to the 2 last ones here. The 2 last ones is just regrouping. So again, remember that saying, if there's more on top, no need to stop, you just subtract. However, if there's more on the floor, you need to go next door and get 10 more. The main mistake I see is students turn the 4 into a 14, but they don't regroup. They keep 9, in this instance, in the tens place. You have to regroup. It doesn't just come out of nowhere. You're just moving numbers between place values. You're taking 10, 110, turning it into 10 ones. Then 8 minus 5. Oops, I forgot to do 14 minus 9 is 5. 8 minus 5 is 3. 5 minus 2 is 3. 7 minus 4 is 3. Lots of 3s. All right, we only had to regroup the ones for that one. This next one here, 9 minus 7 is 2. 1 minus 6, that's not 5. That would be 6 minus 1. We have more on the floor. Go next door, regroup, and get 10 more. 11 minus 6, 8 minus 8, 4 minus 1, 8 minus 3. All right, so that is your, or similar to your test you're going to take tomorrow. This was a pre-test that we're going to use as a practice test for the Module 4 Part 1, subtraction. Another thing I noticed students struggled with were these 2 word problems from your math assignment yesterday. So a club has 14,225 members who are male and 10,965 members who are female. 5,427 members are over 65 years of age. What is the total number of members? I'm going to tell you, majority of students added all 3 of these. If 14,225 members are male and 10,965 are female, guess what? Those are already counted. And it's just telling you, out of those, 5,427 are over 65, but you don't need that. That's just trying to trick you. You only need those 2. So what is the total? We know we add. So for this one, you would add 14,225 plus 10,965. I'm not going to go through the whole thing. The main mistake is students accidentally added all 3 numbers. This one was also a tricky one. A stadium seats 110,000 people. 65,045 tickets were sold on Monday. 27,307 tickets were sold on Tuesday. How many tickets are still available? This is 2 parts, 2 steps. So I would break my box in half. So I know this is the total number of seats. Right? Then I know how many were sold on Monday and Tuesday. I need to know how many are left, how many are still available. So first, I need to know how many were sold. So I'm going to add the first 2 numbers. Sometimes it's hard to write with the mouse. And then whatever I get for my answer here, that's how many tickets were sold. I need to subtract that from the total, which is 110,000 minus the number you get there. Okay, so first add those 2 numbers together. That's how many tickets were sold on Monday and Tuesday. Find that total, then subtract it from the total number of seats available before they were sold, and then whatever's left is what's left to buy, how many tickets are left. So that's actually 2 steps. You have to do both parts to solve that problem. All right, so I hope this helps you prepare for tomorrow's assessment. Make sure you double check your work, regroup correctly, check to make sure you're subtracting correctly, and reread those word problems to make sure you're doing it correctly. Cross out information you don't need and underline that question so that you're solving it correctly. Good luck. Bye.